Among the 3,200 runners in the inaugural Edward Hospital Marathon and Half Marathon is a group of city employees running on the streets they serve. We've been tracking their progress since February of this year. While this is something many of the runners have been doing for years,
I've been running since I was about 14 years old. I ran in high school and college and have continued to run ever since then.
My running background started probably about 4 years ago.
I've run 4 half marathons in the last couple of years, and this was kind of a bucket list thing.
others are running the farther distance for the very first time.
My racing background is very limited to 5 and 10Ks, so this is way outside of my comfort zone. But it's one of those things, if you're going to do one, this is the first one in Naperville. It's great for the community, so I'm going to give it a go.
Since February, they've worked together on their training, making sure they all stayed on track. Many were also a part of the Naperville Running Company's 17-week program, running on their own during the week and longer distances as a group on weekends.
There's an everyday schedule, and just make sure you're doing it. The miles, you have to do the miles, whether you walk them, run them, or whatever each day.
Running long distances for months can take a toll on your body, and a few of the runners suffered from injuries.
I missed the last check-in because I actually was suffering from an IT band injury, so I wasn't running, but I recovered nicely from that.
I was worried because I got injured early that I wouldn't be able to do this, but I've been training. Everything is going just like I had hoped.
Time was also an issue for some. For one in particular, dancing took over running as she trained for the annual Dancing with the Celebrities competition.
That threw like a whole wrench in the marathon training side of, or in the half training side of things, just because I was spending a lot of time practicing for dancing and not wanting to fall flat on my face or thoroughly embarrass myself, and I only ended up partially embarrassing myself, which is good. So, but right after that, I had to hit it hard and really try and get a little bit more on a schedule.
For one runner, it wasn't time or injury that set her schedule behind, but the birth of her son.
Back when we signed up for this in February, I'm like, oh, I'll have plenty of time to, to recover and to train and, to get everything done that I need to get done. And it's just been a little bit more challenging than I thought. I think now that I've gotten a lot more running in, my body and my mind have sort of connected again.
Working in the host city has its advantages. Not only do they know nearly every street and path, but they also got the chance to run them and find their way around the ones they aren't as familiar with.
I have to run parts of the course. I have to know what I am going to encounter on race day. Green Valley was like, the great unknown, because I've only run here before one time and I got lost.
I don't think there will be any path or sidewalk that will be foreign to me by the time the race comes around.
Although one doesn't think the same.
Well, I'm hoping they have people out there telling us where to go, because I'm not even going to look at the map. I just want to go out there and run and not have my mind worrying about anything but running and listening to the people that are telling us where to go.
As for the future, will any of them do it again, or maybe try for the full next year?
I have gone to the website several times and considered switching up to it, but I have a goal for the half that I'm keeping to myself. I know what I want to do, and if I can do that, then yes, I will do a full, maybe this one next year.
I will probably cap it at the half, just again from the time standpoint.
Ask me after the race.
I think I'm one and done. My endurance goal for next year, I think, is going to be during a week-long vacation, see how many hours I can spend on the beach with my sons.
Even though the training was tough, they all say they came out of it learning something new about themselves.
I think there was never a point where I ever said to myself, oh, why am I doing this? Or this was a good idea however many months ago. No, certainly not at all like that. I think the key thing there is just to always kind of keep the fun in the run, so to speak, not to, get to the point where you're not enjoying it.
If you get a good plan and stick to it, you can pretty much accomplish anything.
I'm Jen Hannon for Naperville Community Television, Channel 17.